Alors, chers élèves de la grade 10, bonjour. Ça, c'est notre troisième partie pour Input Device. C'est notre dernière partie, en fait, pour Input Devices. Nous propose aujourd'hui sur tous les sensors. Alors, ça, c'est ce que le syllabus dit, nous connaît comme sensors. Bien sûr, il y a les autres sensors qui existaient, qui possiblement se cassent vite de la réponse pour les examens, mais ça, c'est ce que le syllabus préconisait dans un premier temps. Alors, c'est quoi un sensor? Un sensor est un input device. Il prend l'information depuis le monde physique que nous vivons, il fait éliminer l'électricité, il fait éliminer le courant, et ce courant-là, dans le code computer là, comme tel, il comprend ce courant-là, il processe l'information-là par la suite. Bien sûr, il y a différents types de sensors. Il y a un acoustic sensor qui nous sert pour mesurer son, pour mesurer sound levels, ou bien pour mesurer aussi band waves. Vous servez par exemple pour mesurer bande sonore sous-marin, ou bien vous servez pour mesurer thickness and metal sheet par exemple. Il y a un accéléromètre qui servait devant un téléphone portable pour get orientation, is it portrait ou landscape. Bien sûr, on a aussi un gyroscope qui est capable de servir pour détecter les autres mouvements dans mon téléphone portable. Le gyroscope et l'accéléromètre, c'est deux sensors différents. Moi, il y a un flow sensor qui peut mesurer flow of a liquid ou a gas. Par exemple, dans le taux, nous avons fait qu'appelle air flow meter, qui mesure combien l'oxygène peut passer dans le moteur. Ensuite, nous avons le level sensor. C'est quoi le level sensor? It's going to measure level of a liquid, par exemple, in a refrigerator, an ice maker, or in a washing machine to detect how much water is present in the washing machine. Next, we have the temperature sensor, which is used to measure force temperature, is used in heating systems, in air conditioning systems, in greenhouses, but please do not write thermometer for temperature sensor, which are two different things completely. Sound sensor used to detect sounds and can be used in a burglar alarm system. Is always the same thing as acoustic sensor. We have a pressure sensor which is used to detect whether pressure is being applied to it. We can use it in a burglar alarm system or to control traffic lights. Next, we have light sensor. The light sensor, en fait, c'est un sensor qui est très utilisé. Nous have it in the car for detecting when it is dark and therefore switch on the headlights. This can also be used for street lighting. It can also be used in your smartphone to adjust the brightness of the screen according to the environment in which you are currently in. We have next the distance sensor, also called proximity sensor, which is used for parking assistance, which is going to tell you the distance between the car and an obstacle when rearing, when going back. It uses infrared or electromagnetic fields, ça dépend en fait de la technologie utilisée. It's also used in mobile phones to detect when the phone is being placed near the person's face so that the screen is turned off. Next, we have humidity sensor. As we explained in class, humidity sensor is it measures the presence of water in air. It is used, for example, in textile production, in food processing, in pharmaceutical products, in greenhouses, in air conditioning systems. Moisture sensor, it measures the presence, the amount of water in the soil, for example, in a greenhouse. pH sensor is going to measure how acidic or alkaline a solution is, maybe used to monitor, for example, pollution in a river. Gas sensor is going to measure the presence of a specific specific gas in the room, in the environment where it is placed. For example, monitor oxygen carbon dioxide levels in the greenhouse again. This now is how you should answer questions, a model answer for you. In a chemical factory, there are processors which are being monitored by sensors and which is also connected to a microprocessor for making the processing required. Two different sensors which can be used and how each sensor can be used. Et deuxièmement, how sensors and microprocessors are used to monitor the process. Premièrement, what sensors that can be used are gas sensor to monitor oxygen and carbon dioxide. Secondly, you have a temperature sensor to measure the temperature. This will help you to score 4 marks. Next, how sensors are used. This, in fact, should be your model for all questions related to how sensors and microprocessors are used to control a system. For sure, the answers will differ depending on the situation, but some elements remain constant. For example, sensors always send signals from a microprocessor. Signals from the sensors are in analog and need to be converted to digital using an ADC, an analog digital converter. Here you have been given 2 marks. My microprocessor will then compare the value from the sensor with stored value, 3rd mark. If the value that is being input from the sensor is out of range, of specified range, a signal is sent to alert the workers, it's an alarm sound, and this process is repeated over and over again. We also have sensors that are used in cars. For example, we use magnetic field sensor in anti-lock braking system in ABS in cars. This prevents the wheels from locking up if the brakes are pressed too sharply. Ça veut dire quand vous pèsez vos freins trop fort, vous évitez la roue à jam. À ce moment-là, nous c'est ABS. La roue n'a pas bloqué, le là nous garde contrôle au le là aussi, il ralentit plus vite, il arrêté plus vite in case of emergency braking. You have a short video clip here that you can watch. Should you need more explanation, more references on sensors. Merci, au revoir et bon courage.